The water's glistening, the ducks are out, the fountain looks beautiful. It's a beautiful day outside, and today I was genuinely not thinking about going on a run. And that's what I want to talk about today, that feeling when you want to do something, but in the moment you're just too tired, and you're like, I could do it later, I'll just do it tomorrow or something, and then you regret it later. And it happens so often where it's like all these big habits that you want to build, but you just don't start it because in the moment you just can't get yourself to do it. And I was like that for the longest time, dude. For the longest time, like I would just not exercise, I would just not go on a run, I would just not dance, right? When I was first learning how to dance, I didn't dance for like out of 10 days, I wouldn't dance for 8 days, and then I would dance for 2 days because I just couldn't get myself to dance on a regular basis, right? And I've changed that now, and I want to talk about how I changed that. I realized that every time I was making a decision, it would be a very subjective decision. In the meaning that, in the way that whenever I was thinking about whether or not I should go on a run, one of the things that I would consider is, do I want to go on a run or not? And it's a very subjective feeling of like, am I tired enough? Do I want to go? Do I feel ashamed? Like all these different emotions, right? Which are very subjective. Whereas the opposite is objective decision making, where you go on the run because of purely objective, rational decisions. Like, oh, do I have time to go on a run? Okay, do I have, is it okay for me to go on a run outside? Like, do I have space to run? Okay, then let's go on a run. And I realized that like the people who are at the top, who are successful, who I look up to, they all have objective decision making. Am I too sick that I physically cannot work today? No, then let's go work. Do I have the ability to do all of this in one day? If I can possibly do it, then I should do it. Then I will do it, right? Whereas I would be like, I don't really want to, so maybe I won't. And it's really hard to separate from subjective decision making into objective decision making. But the way that I trained it and the way that I am going on a run today is through heuristics. And the way that I would define heuristic is like a hypothesis that you're testing every single day, right? For me, the heuristic around running is like, if I don't go on a run today, then I will probably regret it. And that is the hypothesis that I've tested over and over again. So whenever I woke up in the morning, I was like, I don't want to go on a run. The only thing on my mind was like, dude, like, I'm probably going to regret it if I don't go. I'm definitely going to regret it if I don't go on a run. Especially because I've tested it so many times, right? And with your life, like, if there's a habit that you want to build, but you just can't get yourself to do it, because every time in the moment you make a subjective decision to not do it, then think about the heuristic, think about the hypothesis. Like, okay, let's say that you're thinking about whether or not you should get on Spotify or get on TikTok right now. The hypothesis that I have around social media is like, if I get on it, I'm just going to feel miserable afterwards. And I've tested that so many times. I've always felt miserable after like a doom scrolling period. And that's just something that I know. So now I've blocked TikTok, blocked Instagram. Even when I get on it, I know for a fact that like I'm gonna try my best to not doom scroll because I know how it's gonna feel afterwards. And that's how you get into subjective decision making, right? Because I think what's missing from the subjective decision making, which is what we all do, is that we don't understand how we will feel like an hour later, 2 days later. And with the heuristics, we get this objective say from like our future self that like, oh, this is how you're gonna feel, bro. Like, trust me, this is how you're gonna feel. And you can make that objective decision. Okay, do I want to prioritize now emotions or later emotions? And then you just start changing your habits, bro. It's that simple. It's not that simple. Obviously, it's a lot of practice and a lot of testing hypotheses. But if you can build heuristics around your life, you'll make your life a lot more intentional. And soon enough, you'll be doing crazy things like filming a video every day, or going on a run every day, or working out every day, or crazy things, bro. And I came from a point in my life where I didn't have any of that, where I struggled to even study for an hour, right? But now I'm doing things that like, there is no urgency to. Like, no one will tell me anything if I don't go on a run today, but I still went on the run. No one will like chew me out for not posting a video, all my 100 videos. But I'm still doing it because that's how much it matters to me. And soon you'll be able to do that too with enough practice. It took me 5 years, it'll take you the same amount of time or even less, right? Let's make it happen. See you at the top. See you tomorrow, bro.